So, you have more stony doctor for me?
Yes, sir, I do. And after the fall of the Skaza Empire, the Kingdom of Science is going to decide that they need to start doing stuff.
What kind of plot stuff?
Well, you know how the whole planet was enveloped in a petrification beam that turned the entirety of its populace into stone?
Oh yeah, you know the entire plot of the show, I vaguely remember that.
Well, now, 3 seasons in, they're gonna decide that, they kinda wanna know why that happened.
Oh, I've actually never really thought about it.
Well, you're gonna be thinking about it a lot now, because they're gonna decide that they need a ship.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, and because they have a ship, now they need a captain. The greatest captain that ever lived in the land.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
No, we're talking a different great captain. Well, what about a naval captain? Surely they're used to sailing ships. Nah, they're gonna go for this rich, spoiled kid, Rusui, instead. Why'd they pick him? Was there, no one else available? Well, they need someone who can steer a ship that isn't motorized, and that just happened to be his hobby, as, a very, very rich kid.
And what's the real reason?
Well, most naval commanders are gonna be in their 40s and 50s, and, this way we can keep all the main characters under 30.
That sounds more like it, yeah.
And so they're gonna wake up and realize immediately that they need some oil.
Wait, I thought the ship was gonna be oil power free. Why do they still need the oil?
Not important, so they're gonna make a hot air balloon to find the oil.
Cool. And, actually, while we're at a good stopping point, we are still very much in the middle of the story.
I was thinking that, what if we split it here and kind of make it into an OVA kind of thing?
Are you sure you want to cut it off before even a single plot thread has been resolved?
Absolutely. I think that's what the fans would enjoy most.
Well, you're probably right.
And so then they're gonna realize they need food for the ridiculously long voyage.
Makes sense.
And so Rusui's gonna decide that, hey, they need to wake up his butler, but, they're out of revival fluid.
Oh no, what are they gonna do?
Well, they're gonna get some from the reporter lady in exchange for, making her a camera.
And then they're gonna use that to revive the butler.
Indeed they do, and now they've acquired food.
Well, that is an important part of life for sure.
And then eventually they're gonna find the oil as well.
Wait, how do they find it?
Oh, well, listen to this. They're gonna do this really crazy thing where, they find it.
Whoa, that is just crazy, man. How do they even manage that?
And so one day, as they're driving around their newly fashioned speedboat,
as you do,
they're gonna hear this Morse code thing over the radio.
Is the Morse code thing Morse code?
Turns out it is Morse code, and it's spelling Y.
Okay, what does that mean?
Well, you've got someone who's communicating over the radio, who's not them, and they're spelling out Y, so... You get what I'm putting down?
Yeah, I'm not really getting the significance of this.
Alright, let me try this another way. They're gonna hear over the radio,
Why? Oh no!
Yeah, and so now they know that someone who they're gonna dub Y-Man is definitely after them.
Well, what are they gonna do about that?
Oh, they're gonna just completely ignore it.
Oh, that is one strategy for sure.
And then everyone's gonna be setting off on the ship, but Ginro, he doesn't want to go.
Oh, okay. What is he probably gonna have to do now?
Well, no, he has to go, because, he's the main character.
Since when?
Since always. And so, in an attempt to look cool, he's gonna try to swim to the ship, even though it's far enough out that he knows he's not gonna make it, right?
Oh, so he's not gonna make it.
Well, no, because, this is Dr. Stone, so Taiju's gonna pull just an amazing physical feat and swim to get Ginro and pull him back on the ship, yeah.
Okay, cool. I do have one question for you, which is, why should I care?
Oh, yeah, you probably don't, but I really did need someone who was capable of cross-dressing, and there weren't really a lot of people that fit that list.
What?
So, their plan is to go to South America, where the petrification beam first emerged from, but they've got to stop at this treasure island first.
Ooh, Treasure Island. I like the sound of that. It sounds so, I don't know, treasure.
Well, it turns out that, the astronauts who survived the petrification beam actually left some very, very convenient stuff for Senku in the time capsule.
Oh, some gifts, huh? We talking maybe a Nintendo Switch?
Well, there's platinum in there, and through my expert scientific knowledge, i.e., you Google it. Shut up, and so platinum's the last piece of the puzzle they need to make the nitric acid, which makes the revival fluid.
Oh, that sounds important.
It sure does. Actually, though, it turns out there's one problem in that, though.
What's that?
The island is already kind of inhabited with people.
Sure, that makes sense. If that's where they landed, then surely their offspring would probably stay in the same place, especially if it's an island.
Oh, yeah, did I mention they've got a spare petrification beam just lying around that they like to use on people?
Whoa. Why does this one random island, who happens to be very, very close to the main character's central headquarters, happen to have the petrification beam?
Unclear, but they do, and so, they're gonna freeze all of Senku's friends on the boat.
Oh, no? Does that mean Senku's gonna get frozen too?
No. Him, Ginro, Gen, Suika, Kohaku, and Soyuz, they're gonna manage to escape.
Whoa, wait, who's this Soyuz guy?
Oh, yeah, he's been there. He's just, we haven't really even gotten his name until now.
Essentially, you had a background extra and decided to give him a character arc instead of writing someone new.
Yeah, pretty much. And so then the main group, they're gonna meet this girl, Amaryllis, right?
Oh, who's she?
Well, she's the prettiest girl on the island. Together, they're gonna make a plan to infiltrate the rear palace, because that's where the treasure box is hidden, I decided.
Oh, that sounds like it'll be hard for them to break into a place called the Inner Palace.
Actually, super simple. Barely an annoyance.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're just gonna put dresses and makeup on Kohaku and Ginro, and, problem solved.
Just like that, huh? So they're gonna be on their own, or they have some methods of communication?
Oh, well, they're gonna have this earring that they can use the radio receiver.
Oh, cool.
They're also gonna have these little tiny cars for transporting materials that, even though they have zero control to them, somehow are gonna manage to not fall off of very tall bridges without any safety rails.
What?
And so then Kohaku, she's gonna manage to find the platinum inside of the treasure box and send it all the way back to Senku and his team, so they've got the infinite revival fluid now.
Oh, so does that mean it's time to do some sciencey stuff?
It sure does, and they're gonna start reviving everyone on the ship, but there is another problem they gotta deal with first.
What's that?
This guy in the rear palace, Mose, he found out that Kohaku's an imposter.
Oh, no.
And then Ginro's gonna find out that the supposed master of the island is actually really just someone who was petrified by this guy Ibara, right? Who's actually the ruler of the island.
Yikes.
And so Ibara's gonna stab Ginro, and it looks like he's gonna die.
Oh, no, I hear dying. That can be pretty fatal.
It can be for sure. And then Kohaku, she's gonna have the bright idea to get the island people to petrify her and Ginro, and we're gonna finally get a look at the petrification device.
Oh, we do.
We sure do, and it turns out it's this little conglomerate of circles with weird letters on them that activates via English voice command.
So essentially it's just Siri if she could petrify everyone on the planet.
Yeah, essentially it's just a Siri that can make statues, yeah.
So what's the science team gonna do in order to try to stop Ibara?
Well, they're gonna try to convince Maz to join their cause.
Oh, does that work?
Well, I mean, you know, he's just gonna immediately turn on them the moment that their plan to capture the stone-making Siri device fails, so, you know, not really, no.
Oh, no, what are they gonna do?
Well, funny you should mention that, because they actually made a gun specifically for this scenario, but then Magma, he's gonna steal it because he wants to be a main character again and try to kill Ibara with it.
And how does that go?
Oh, you know, just the most terribly, and so Senku's team, they're gonna have to free Hyoga from the prison cell and try to get him to fight Mons.
Oh, I wonder how that's gonna go. I mean, Hyoga was avidly anti-Senku the last time we saw him.
Pretty well, actually, and Yo's even gonna manage to shoot the stone-making Siri device right out of Ibara's hand.
Cool, so that means they win, right?
No, not quite, because guess what? Ibara, he's gonna get the stone-making Siri device back and use it to petrify the whole island.
Oh, no.
And so in response to this, Senku and everyone else, they're gonna form a science line.
What's that?
Well, you know, they gotta figure out how fast the stone-making Siri device moves so that Senku can throw the revival fluid up in the air and hit him at the exact right time. Otherwise, they're all screwed.
Why couldn't he just let himself freeze in a position where he just, like,
Let it drip on him or something. Because this is way cooler.
oh, I didn't realize it would be cooler. Yeah, go ahead and do that then.
And Senku, he's gonna manage to unfreeze himself, and this is gonna lead to a giant final fight with Ibara.
Oh, what's gonna happen?
Well, he's gonna unfreeze Rusuri, and then he's gonna use him to pilot a drone.
Wait, since when do they have a drone?
Since always, and so then they're gonna manage to use the drone to capture the stone-making Siri device from Ibara, but he's gonna get it back.
You know, it occurs to me, these guys are really just playing hot potato with higher stakes.
It is gonna feel that way for sure, and then unfortunately Rusuri's gonna get frozen again, but not before he attaches the radio earring device into the stone-making Siri device, and Senku's gonna speak through the machine in order to, you know, freeze Ibara.
Oh, so they won for real this time.
They did win, yes.
Cool, so now what?
Oh, well, you know, it's time to unfreeze everyone and actually get some exposition going on in here.
What kind of exposition?
Well, you know, they're gonna listen through the radio and hear a synthetic voice of Senku's who's trying to specify the petrification range of the Earth into the stone-making Siri device.
That sounds like a potential for a far more stony Earth than they currently have, for sure.
And so they're gonna deduce that Y-Man is the one behind this message, and he's actually coming from the moon.
What? How'd he get there?
Unclear, but they've got to go to the moon now, so the first thing they're gonna do is go home and wake up Skaza.
Oh, and so, you know, do they do that?
They sure do, even if the stone-making Siri runs out of battery, like, immediately after.
Why'd that happen?
Well, because, you know, this way we're like, oh, is it gonna work on Skaza or not? Essentially, it's just gonna add to the tension.
Fair enough.
So the next stop on the worldwide cruise is a stop in the Americas, because they need to get themselves some corn.
Why do they need the corn? I mean, it's great on 4th of July, but other than that, I don't really see a use for it.
Because you need the corn to make the alcohol, and the alcohol you need to revive people.
Yikes, that sounds like a lot of information. I don't really know if our audience is going to be able to keep track of it.
Oh, don't worry about that. I've got a plan.
Hey guys, Anime Pitch Meeting here. Hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, then click over here because there'll be something that you probably want to watch next. And if there isn't, click anyway. You know, you never know what might happen. You might enjoy it. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one.